Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is coffee time with Coach Jah, my favorite hour in the morning. Thank you all for tuning in and joining in. It is going to be a fabulous day today. I promise that. Why I say it's going to be fabulous? Because I'm going to do everything within my power to make it a fabulous day. I suggest you do the same. But I mean, people got to do what they got to do. Azar, what's good? People got to do what they got to do. And for me, I got to make my day great and positive. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm hoping that you all will get off to a good start just the same way. Anyway, get your glasses up, get your mugs raised. Good morning to you. First sip is always the greatest. Love it. Let me bring your guest on up in here. Open book, what's good? Good morning to you.
Hey, hon, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm like AJ. I'm starting to adopt it. AJ says, my fingers are working. My feet felt good when they hit the floor. I didn't fall down the stairs or nothing like that. I'm good. How you doing this morning?
Man, luckily to be woke. I was like, I say, dang, John giving me a word before I even get on here. I say, I needed all that word.
Listen, I believe that your morning starts by what you begin to deliver in the morning. And so if you wake up and you're delivering bad and negative energy, you're setting your day up for failure. And so
Gotcha.
even if you're not in the best mode, because like y'all don't know the things that I deal with because of my injuries that I deal with every day. And I still come on and I don't allow you to see that. And I try to give that to myself so that I do it for everybody else, but I do it for me first, right? And if I
Right.
teach myself that even in the bad times I can still make it through, then it's okay for me to handle it. And that's how I try to start my mornings off.
Oh, that's a lovely message. Yeah, we need to adopt that for real.
Yeah, we need to do that. We need to do that. So before we get started, tell the people who you are, where you're from, what you do, all of that good stuff you want to share. Go ahead and tell them.
Well, my name is For Open Book on IG. Um, what can I say about little old me? I'm a promoter of all things poetry. I recently started up impromptu on IG as well. Um, love of all things poetry. That's not too much I can say.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to say this first. Of all the online events since this pandemic, since people actually started doing multiple lives and sharing them. Good morning, Teresa. Good morning, Tiffany. E-Man in the building. I have not known anyone on here who promotes like you do or as much as you do and promote everybody. So hats off for that. We appreciate you. And I can say this for everybody whose flyer you promote, even if they don't know me and I haven't known them. I know that if I need an open mic, I know exactly what page I can go to find it. And I direct people that way. I hope you get followers because I send people there. But yes, you are the promoter of the year. If there's an award to give out, you should get promoter of the year. I'm just saying.
Hey, I do my best. And I've always advised people as well before the pandemic, because I was actually doing this wholeheartedly for just Dallas. And
Mm,
then we went into pandemic mode. I started, just going to random open mics here, open mics there. And I was like, you know what? I started this for people in the DFW area, Dallas Fort Worth area, to know where to go when they want to go get on the mic. Or even just if they want to just hear it and not even perform it. Okay, cool. Okay, now we into a different world right now that everything is basically virtual. Some things are still in person, but hey, mostly everything is virtual. I'm pretty sure if I wanted to know that then when I started out, then they definitely want to know now that it's virtual. So
mm-hmm.
when I started going to different ones, I started following, and putting them in my own rotation. And
Gotcha.
so then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do this for everybody. I
Right,
still
right.
did what I needed to do for Dallas as far as putting the physical locations, the ones that you can go into live there, but also giving everybody what's going on um, virtually
Yeah,
across the world. And it's not just the US, it's across the world.
yeah, yeah. I've watched. Good morning, everybody joining on IG. I'm on with Open Book. We're talking about her being the promoter of the year. Brethren, what's good, Brethren? She is the promoter of the year, and I think we all can be a witness to that. I've watched people promote and share flyers. I don't think anybody does it the way you do. I would like to see. I'll be honest with you, and I'll just say this out. Witz and I are working. We have a business consultant now, and I got some things that's going on. But when budget permits, you might be exclusive. I might have to put you on salary and be like, look here, come on, let's get it. Because there's a grind to this, and people don't understand. Like, I've been a party promoter for some years. I've done everything from reggae parties. I used to DJ my own parties and everything. And being a promoter is not easy. It is not easy. Tony, good morning. Having to make sure the flyers are correct and dates are correct and spelling is correct and you got the right picture and the right color and the right logos and all of this crap, and then having it up at a certain time and knowing when to post it. I mean, there's a lot to promote. And I'll go back to when we were doing hand-to-hand flyers in the street, putting it on the cars. I go back, way back, when that first started. And so I know what it's like to be a promoter. It's not an easy job. So somebody got to do it, right? And who better to have than for open book, because you be killing the game.
Right. And some people don't realize that when people do put their flyers out on their own page, sometimes I'll catch those errors and I'll be like, I might tell them right then because I'll be like, I don't want to forget. Or I'll go in their DM and say, hey, you put Friday the 13th, but tomorrow's the 12th on there. And just to let them know, because I know if you're a venue, you're a perfectionist. You don't want nothing to reflect bad on you. So I'll go in and do that extra mile and let them know. Now, if they take it to consideration or not, that's entirely on to them. But however, I do let them know, hey, something's wrong, this, that, and the other. If it's something that I've seen, because I've seen times that somebody hosts something, just like you do your morning coffee from 10 to 11. If I see a random morning coffee and it says on a flyer, 1 to 2, I'm be like, John, did you change your time or you just forgot an extra one? I just want to know. Like, I want to know what's going on. So, I will ask, because it could be a specific segment that you be like, it's a special edition. I changed the time. Yeah. But if it's something that I know on every day is this time and you just randomly came with a different time, I'm going to ask about it. And I do the extra time to go back and do that as well. So, yes.
The flyers you've done. Good morning, Umi. Come on YouTube, Umi. My mom's is on. I like her to come on YouTube better. I try to tell everybody to come on YouTube better so they can ask questions and stuff like that, and I can actually let you see them instead of being on IG. There's an app that allows you to do. There's some sort of streaming platform that you can do all of them, but you have to have a certain amount of viewers and everything. And I really want to shy away from as much IG. As far as this show is concerned, I want to kind of slide away from it because people don't go back to watch these shows on IG. And I tell a lot of people that IG is good because of the convenience.
Right.
If YouTube ever gets that convenient, Instagram is over. It's just over. Because you have so much more freedom on those on YouTube rather than IG.
Gotcha.
So tell me, what impromptu? How did that come about? What started that? What was the big, like, aha, this is what I'm doing? And I'm going to tell you why I'm saying that after you say this.
Okay, not a problem. Believe it or not, I know a lot of people just joined Impromptu. Thank you. I appreciate it. But Impromptu was on Facebook before it was on IG.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So what it was is that the admins I had there couldn't keep it going as much as I would like to. Gotcha. And I can't always dedicate it like I've been doing this round. So I was like, okay, I can't do this. It's still there on Facebook. It's still a Facebook group as well. But with everything that has been popping on IG, I feel like now was the time to reprise it. Impromptu for me now is, I think, have been more of my baby now than it's ever been. Mm-hmm. Because I like to see us grow as a community. Right. I like to see us grow as artists. And if at any point that I can give you that, we can give you that, that's what I like to do. So
Awesome.
I already do part of that with just for open book by giving all the open mics and stuff like that. But with impromptu, it gives you your writing ability. If you're stuck, let's get something to maybe get your mind to going. If you can see something in the physical, sometimes yes, listening to it is good, but sometimes you might just want to read something.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily saying that, hey, I'm going to share it. But maybe if I read Kendra, I'm gonna use your name since Kendra is one of our nice little people who post. Kendra, my K Michelle, and be like, let me see, and maybe they'll get an idea from what she said. Maybe they get something from what you said. Anybody. Maybe it gets up from the prompt itself by itself. Besides from just putting prompts out there, what some people haven't realized, there is a section in the highlight section for artist development. And that's for places like if I see, just like I would do for open book, but if I would see something that says there's a workshop going on, I put that information there. For performance, for writing workshops, for any type of workshops that's going to help you develop as an artist, as a performer. Because I want you to be able to have your overall performance wherever you want to take this.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to provide that information for you. And of course, it's not just me, y'all. It's a collective of individuals. So, like say, we'll put that information out there so they can have it. Besides those two things, we will put prompts from other groups in there, but it won't be on our timeline. It'll be in the highlight section. So whatever we don't spark out you, maybe another IG handle group, will spark that in you in an IG prompt. And it's there always because we're not removing it. It's still going to be there so you can utilize that at a later time. We're not removing prompts. We're just adding to it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I saw a few before I started writing because my time would just be so crazy sometimes. And I saw a few before I started writing them. And a lot of people know, yes, I write erotic poetry. I just don't write a lot of it. Good morning, everybody. Darkman Blues, No Paul, Brooklyn in the house. I write erotic poetry, which you know that too. But I don't write it often. And I do that for several reasons, right? Number one is because of where I do my work at. I do a lot of stuff with children and things like that, and I don't want to have too much of that attached to my name because it doesn't look. I mean, who wants to hire you to teach their children stuff if you write? This is all you're known for is erotic poetry. But I'm not against erotic poetry. I just don't write a lot of it. And so I saw one. I think I've written on two, and those are definitely freestyles. I'll do them really quick. And when I saw that last one, it was something about that image. I do a lot of workshops based off of images, but I take it to a whole nother place. And something about what was in that image and the prompt, I was like, nah, let me just hit this real quick. And I hit it right then and there. And it was really refreshing. I love to be able to write on the spot because I'm a freestyle poet, freestyle MC. I write on the spot. That sometimes becomes the best work for me, but it also sparks more things. And I got a book coming out called "Can I Poem for You?" And that book has love poems and erotic poems and short poems and haikus in it. So it was right on time. That's actually going in the book. Then I wrote that there. So I'm going to put inspired by impromptu in the book. And put that on there when I drop that. So I absolutely loved it. Mike, I'm mad at you because you ain't got no breakfast, man. What are you doing? So I'm really honored to see that you have a collective working on that. I definitely want people to go to the Facebook page. I would, and just a suggestion, you can ask some folks if they're willing to help you keep the Facebook page, the group up, because there's some folk who have the time to do so.
Right.
There's so much I'd like to do that I can't, but with me moving into this residency, I have some room to do some stuff, and maybe we can kind of collaborate on something. I can do an actual feature from the residence. They're doing something with the Wi-Fi now to get the Wi-Fi up to par. Once that's set, I'll be streaming live from there, and maybe we can do some sort of collective, and you can have a few winners come on sometime or something like that. We'll figure it out.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. So you had a birthday that passed. We all got on
Mm-hmm.
and celebrated. How was your Instagram birthday party for you?
Whoa, say. If y'all wasn't a part of this birthday celebration, this went down in history. Like, really and truthfully. But hold up before I go there.
Okay.
Hold up your coffee again. Y'all see that mug right there? That's on his website. Y'all can purchase that. I'm just saying. Just letting y'all know. It's on sale. You can have one too.
Thank
but,
you.
it just caught my attention. And that's because of the promotion, but we'll talk about that later. That was down in history of all birthdays. I forgot who I was talking to. They was like, no one could have possibly pulled off a birthday like you pulled off this birthday. Mm-hmm. A lot of times I will have random ideas, literally, and they be good ideas, but you have to catch me in the moment because I tell them in a minute. If I don't write it down or I ain't talking to somebody, I'm gonna forget it. And I think I was talking to Beach City Poetry, and I just came up with this idea, and I just like, okay, I want this person to host my birthday. And literally everybody I thought about I wanted to host, nobody said no. Everybody said yes. Mm-hmm. And nobody backed out. No changes had been made. Every original host was the original host. Period, point blank. And to go that long, I was not expecting to go that long. I gave everybody in my head an hour each to do their thing. And that was a total of 6 of us. So I was like, okay, so it'd be let me go your time. 4 to 10 Eastern time. It'll be that time. And we'll be done. No. I stayed online to almost 3 o'clock your time.
Wow.
And I was like, whoa, y'all, we like literally and honestly, because after Azar, because Azar was the last one, I got on to tell everybody, thank you for tuning in and coming out. We still kept going. But me just saying thank you. And I said, oh my God, y'all, I think it was when I got sleepy, I say, look, y'all, I gotta go to bed. I gotta go to sleep. I'm tired. I can't hold on no longer. I'm tired. And I had been drinking since we started.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
So I literally was drinking alcohol, water, trying to make sure. And I didn't have a hangover, y'all, believe it or not. And we was taking heck of shots. All an Illusion was there. Me and her took shots on camera. Like I was drinking, not playing. I was drinking. Then my best friend that's here in Dallas, she came over and she had the grand idea with everybody else. Hey, every time they say the name Open Book, we take a shot. And I'm looking at her like, really? This what we gonna do? Y'all on that stupid stuff today, I see. So we was doing that faithfully for a while, and she brought wine because she didn't drink dark liquor. So I even tried wine with her. So I had wine, dark liquor, and just was going down. It did, Emmanuel went down. So yes, to have that, like I say, that group of individuals that willingly said yes to host my birthday, and for all the poets that came through, showed mad love. Mm-hmm. People I was expecting and people I wasn't expecting. That was amazing, and I don't think nobody's gonna ever look. Can't say ain't nobody gonna ever top it, but they gonna have a hard time. That was a great birthday.
Yeah, I remember. So I did pop in. I was in and out. If you remember, I was in and out a lot.
I did.
I don't remember all who hosted. It's funny you said Beach City Post. I tried to send her a message, but she and I are not even friends anymore. I don't even know what happened on that, but we're not even friends anymore. But who else you had that hosted that was like said that they was going to host an hour for you besides her?
Besides Beach City Portraits, it was Azar King, Poetic Soul _98, Miss Jolie. Is that it? Oh, and the Grapevine Sway.
Okay, yeah. I know I came on quite a few. I was in and out, and everybody was lit. Like, it was just going down. I was like, wow, this is really special. I was jealous because I didn't get to do it for my birthday. I just didn't do it. I should have, but I couldn't have done it like you anyway, so it didn't matter.
Oh, I was like, oh my God. I say this hot. This
Yeah.
we hopped on it every time we went from one live to the next. We'd be like, okay, we playing Follow the Leader. So I think right after me we did Miss Jolie. We like, yeah, we're going to Miss Jolie live. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And so they would bring me up at the beginning and would
Mhm.
bring me in at the end and
Yeah.
just like just went on.
When I came on, I know you had I don't know what you had to sip, but you were sipping on something. DC native in the building. And I was like, well, look, I can't be on, but I got my wine. I drank me some wine and I was good. But I was in and out so much, but it was so many people that every time you come, it was a different face. Somebody saying something. It was really, really dope. I'm so glad you got to celebrate that. I tell people all the time that every birthday is a special day, right? You're not just celebrating yourself, but you're celebrating your parents. Our ancestors teach that we choose our parents. And so you chose those parents, that mother, that father, to give you everything you need to be the makeup person that you are in this moment. And so when you celebrate life, your life, you're celebrating that life that they put together. And it's a beautiful thing when you look at it that way, right?
Hmm. It
You
is.
chose them so that you can be this person. That's just super. So every time you celebrate your birthday, and I have to tell myself this often because I don't celebrate my birthday like I used to. But celebrating your birthday is celebrating your parents. There was a
True.
love there was some sort of affection in that moment, right? And you're celebrating that and giving back to that. So that's also a dope thing. That was so dope. I'm not jealous of it. I'm very happy that you've been able to do that. Because like I said, a lot of us don't do it. Like Witch don't celebrate his birthday. Not really. He's another one.
Yeah, y'all got to get past that. Matter of fact, while she talking about parents, um, both my parents are deceased, but however, today is actually my mom's birthday. I
Oh,
usually don't do anything on her birthday, and I
wow.
said, you know what? I said, what better way to honor her is to do this interview on her birthday?
Wow.
Something that I normally never do because I never know how my emotions is going to be. And I
Right.
said, why not honor her? So today I said, you know what? I said, I'm not going to change it. It's going to be on this day. And that's it.
Say her name.
Lou Jane Lackin.
See what I'm saying? There is a power in saying the name of those that we've lost. There's an energy that happens when we say their name. So always say her name, but definitely on her birthday, celebrate it. And now she's dancing, right? Look at it
Oh,
that
yeah.
I tell people all the time. One of the things that I have to start doing more of. I used to do it, but not as much. Is actually writing letters to the people who are no longer here and just being blunt about how I feel and what I miss and whatever I want to write about them, especially on their birthday. And nobody has to read it. You can burn it, rip it up, tear it up, throw it in the trash, or you can say whatever you choose to do. But there is, it's therapeutic, right? And then again, that transfer of energy, you can't replace it in those moments. So if you get a chance today, write her a letter, have a conversation with her, give her a hug, whatever you want to do, just celebrate it that way because that's one of the best things to do to help out with those. I did not know. And so your mom's an Aquarius.
Yes. Her and my sister are Aquarius. My sister's birthday was earlier at the end of January.
Wow. Both of my daughters are Aquarius. My son is Aquarius. Witz is an Aquarius. So go figure. I'm
Wow.
sitting on
So is it a Aquarius Scorpio thing? Is that what we hear right here?
Well, I don't know. I mean, Aquarius and Scorpios get along very well. I'll say that they get along very well. Because my daughter and even with Wits, we disagree, but we don't fall far from each other. Even if we not, because me and Wits ain't always the happiest. We always be bumping heads, but our love is that deep that it don't matter. I could bump heads with him, and we still doing just fine. Nobody would ever know.
Me and my sister just had this conversation because we have cousins that are siblings that's not speaking to each other. And we said we can never, ever imagine that. Like, even if we not talking for a couple of days, it's only gonna last for like a day or two.
Yeah.
Or like whatever. But it's as far as we gonna come back together because that's my boo right there. Look, that's my boo right there.
What's funny about Wits and I, right? Coco Janelle, what's up? Is we will have a fallout on the phone, and then we'll hang up the phone, and one of us ends up texting by the time we hang up. I mean, it don't, we don't agree. And then we like, all right, cool. I'm getting off the phone. And then next, we text it. What's good? Right after the conversation. So it's just one of those things. I honor and respect my brother so much. I've been inspired by him, and I'm the oldest brother. Yeah. But he has been such inspiration in my life. I tell people all the time, if you have a sibling or more than one sibling, whatever the fallout is, fix that shit. Fix that shit. Like, it's not that important. Fix that shit. Do your part. I tell people all the time after my events, when I do live events, and I'm actually in the facility, when it's closing the show out, I tell everybody, take your phone out right now. Everybody take your phone out. I said, there is someone in that phone that you haven't spoken to in a long time over something that you can't fix. Just text them right now and say, I love you. Doesn't matter if they respond or not. Take energy off of you. Take the negative energy off of you by just saying that. You don't have to talk about what happened. Just say, I love you. And I've done that, and people call me the next day, text me the next day crying. I ain't talked to my sister in 20 years and all of that. I think it's a beautiful thing. The connection.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say, I do know that sometimes I'll go live, random lives. I usually check on just us as creatives. Because a lot of times I like that their mental health, make sure that everybody's mental health is okay.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times we only know the poetry side. We know what they got going on poetry side. But what about personally?
Right.
Are they okay? Are they good mentally? So give them that space to actually let them release whatever's on their mind, even if they don't want to just talk about it, just so they can just exhale in that moment. And just let somebody know that somebody else care for them more than just their words, period. And just checking in, because I'll random check in and I actually say something like yours, but not exactly. I'll be like, hey, make sure you check on the people you haven't talked to in a while, just to make sure that they're okay. I mean, we all know that life happens and we all got crap going on, but just let somebody know that you thinking about them.
Yeah.
Because it might have been a while.
I love to pop up on your random lives. Every time I see it, I just pop up in it because I know, first of all, it's gonna be hilarious, and it's like people. I don't care if you get up at 4 a.m. Somebody's coming on your live. Somebody's up waiting. Like, oh, I know she's coming on now. Your lives be. I don't use the word lit often, but your lives be lit. Like people, my daughter used to laugh at me. My daughter used to say, Dad, you can't say Liddy. I said, you said Liddy, so why can't I say Liddy? She said, it just don't roll right, that northern language. But your lives be Liddy, as they would say. I really can't say that. Liddy and Finna, it just don't sound right from that New York tongue.
See, you can't say fit. Nah, John, you can't say Finna right. He can't do it, y'all. Because, we finna have this show and we finna have fun doing it. That's it.
But I can't, it don't roll right. It don't. You know how it's kind of like, they say when you mix your cake, you have to keep mixing the same way or your cake will fall. So if Finna for me is like mixing with the right hand and then I mix it with the left hand and expect the cake to not fall, but it doesn't work.
That's okay. We're going to get them together one day. One day.
Look, at least I understand what it is, right? That's something I'm like, what does that mean? When I first came to the South when I was young, when I first used to come down here sometime, I was like, what is Finna? I ain't finna do nothing. They was like, bruh, you ain't from around here, huh? Let me ask you this. What is it about poetry that really moves you and really inspires you the most?
The rawness. I like being able to be raw, get what you got to say off your chest.
Yeah.
And for those, because everybody is working on it. I know a lot of people working on it, including myself. Vulnerability is always an issue. I've been more vulnerable this past year than I probably have been my entire life. And that's just not even in poetry, it's outside of poetry too. So I'm working on it. But even just the ones that are actually vulnerable and letting somebody else in, and the message that you give to other people.
Yeah.
My thing when I tell anybody when I do poetry, I said, I just want somebody to know that they're not alone. Because a lot of times, a lot of poets feel solitude, regardless of how many people around them. A lot of times they feel like they're by themselves.
Yeah.
So one of the things I just wanted anybody to know is that they're not alone, and
Yeah.
there's somebody that's out there that's going to hear that one individual message that needed it to be reached.
Yeah. Yeah. It is really a difficult thing to be a poet. I tell people all the time, because when you begin to write your emotions, you feel like you're running around like witch. You, like you said, who naked up in you? That's exactly what it is. You become naked, and you have to be comfortable in your nakedness, right? And it's not always comfortable. Sometimes it's cold. Sometimes it's still too hot. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to find a way to, oh gosh, I didn't mean it. And you got to wrap it up. Companies at the door, you got to wrap it up. And what had happened during this pandemic, the pandemic allowed you to be naked or be vulnerable and actually be comfortable in that, because you had no choice. You couldn't go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? You had to be stuck there. I love R&B music for that, especially old school stuff, because they talked about a different kind of love, a different kind of spell. You know what I mean? And it locked you in. What you were going to say?
I say old school. Let's focus on that. Old school.
Old
I
school.
don't know what they're doing right now. We talking about anything before the 90s and prior, cool. After that, too much. A little 2000, just a little, but not too much after, because it just went downhill.
I wake up and I usually play. So when I set my computer up and I'm getting ready to start my live, by the time my coffee pot is going, there's music playing. And a lot of mornings I go to, I'm watching Jamie Foxx do his live stand up when he's singing the Brady Bunch and all of those things at his live show. I watch that on YouTube almost every morning. And then if I'm not watching that, I'm listening to a favorite old school song that might be in my head. So there's usually some David Ruffin, there's some Shy Lights, of course there's Stylistics, of course there's Donny Hathaway. Who's your top go-to artist to listen to when just because? It doesn't matter the vibe you're in.
You know what? I'm gonna say I'm a 90s girl. When it comes to music, I love 90s music and early 2000s. So Mary is my everything. I love me some Mary, so I can listen to her anytime. Faith Evans. And believe it or not, this is the one thing that's gonna probably be for most of this generation, because it gives me my half a little wretchedness. I listen to Starcast.
Okay.
Cardi B.
Mm-hmm.
And Lizzo.
Okay.
I keep it with the ladies for the majority of the time. But my Mary is my top. We'll play Mary for anything.
I put this up there purposely. Her 411 remix album. I want y'all to go to YouTube and look at Mary J. Blige and Heavy D. What You Gonna Do Without My Love? What You Gonna Do? I think is the name of it. She kills that song, and Heavy D's verse in that is so dope. Like, I can listen to that any day. Like, I don't care what my mood is. That will make you in a good mood. I think Mary had a complete. If she never does anything else, she had a complete career with music.
Most definitely. I even like say, yes, I'm not one of the power buffs, but however, I do like to see that she's expanding her career as an actress. Mm-hmm. So that's always good to see. I like to just see things that's positive for people that's been in any part of any game.
Yeah.
However you decide to break off later on. Most actors go into music, most musicians go into acting. Mm-hmm. Sports athletes go into commentating. So I like to see when people just, okay, this is my new path. Yeah. I like to see that.
Yeah. I watched her in Ghosts. I think it's Ghosts. I think that's the name of it, right? Yeah. I loved it. Like I was mad that it was over. I think this season was way too damn short. They needed some more shit. I was mad. I was like, no, hell no, that can't be it. But I think she did a great job in it. Like Coco Janelle said, Mary is everything. I totally agree. Like her music, to think of where she came from, and she was the queen of hip hop soul, right? That was her title, right? She owned that shit. Now, Faith Evans is another favorite of mine too. I love listening to Faith. I think her career was too short.
I do too. Matter of fact, I was just thinking about that because I literally just listened to her song because that's another one that's in rotation. Her with Carl Thomas.
Yeah.
And I was like, you got when you have Diddy is a career killer. I'm sorry, Diddy, but you are. I don't know why some of these people. He has some great artists that should have been out since for a long period of time. Like Carl Thomas' career was short, and that man can sing.
I'm wondering. I'll say this, right? Being in the industry for the amount of years that I've been involved with the industry, from production, working at record labels, to being with different management companies and different groups. Diddy is a career starter. However, his business has been old school business, which means to say that the business aspect of it was always robbing people. Just like Babyface and L.A. Reid, they were robbing everyone because that's what the business said to do. Here's what we cannot deny. Well, we have to give Diddy credit. Remember, Diddy don't write contracts. That's his attorneys. He's just the face, but these attorneys are writing it. And if people sign, they sign, right? That's not, Diddy doesn't write contracts. Here's what we have to remember. Without Diddy, where would these artists have been? Because he actually gives them a career, right? It's up to, and it's different nowadays because they don't need labels, but it's up to the artists to find the best business. Ray Charles says that, always find the best business. Does that mean they would not have made it on another label at another time? It doesn't mean that, but Diddy was the guy. But his business was, robbing a bunch of people. I mean, there's so many. I'm not at liberty to talk about some things, but there's some people that he done wrong. Russell Simmons, another one, he had done some people totally wrong that because they don't know the business aspect of it. And you get shut out, you get blackballed, but he gave everybody a career. It's what they did after that. And because they had signed on to this long-term contract thing, they were stuck. So it's either you do the work or you just disappear. Think about Craig Mack. He passed away not too long, but his career just flatlined. Another one. So, somebody said, Mary is my favorite artist, period.
Antoinette, I agree. Mary will always be in my everything.
I do love that. You can't go to a party and they don't play Mary. Right? That's how you know you made it. Like I don't care what the party is, they're gonna play some Mary in there. Something's happening. You could just be at a card game in a house full of people cooking chicken and frying stuff, fish fry, crab boil. Mary J. Blige is coming on the radio.
Right. And she's also good for when you drunk. So you can do that drunk stumble dance. Be like, oh. Because that's what it looked like. Like she drunk and she did that dance. Ow. Stumbling over.
I always wondered about that dance. That was I don't know what caused it, what made it happen, but she got famous with that dance.
I'm telling you, there was a couple of drinks in her.
Speaking of Mary, she recently posted some pictures on Instagram where I guess she was I think she was in a two-piece or something. And she was on the beach. She did some shoot on her Instagram. Look at Instagram. And this may have been a couple of weeks ago, but she looks amazing.
Mary always posts photos. One, because she on my IG. I follow her. Mary body is banging. Okay? look, I can say that. Mary be like, I be like, dang, no matter how old you get, this body still is intact. I tell you that.
Like you love. Right, Kendra, right. Somebody look up how old is Mary and post it in here. I want to know how old Mary is. Somebody look it up and post it in here.
Because hell, she had to fight KC shit. She was in love and pissed off at the same
At
time
the
because he was
same
beating that
time.
butt. So yeah, that wasn't confused. You was right on the money, Kendra. She was in love and pissed off too.
At the same damn time.
She was probably trying to figure out how I'm gonna beat this nigga behind.
You know, some relationships you'd be like, I would like to be a fly on the wall and see what happens with that. Except for like Kanye and Kim Kardashian. I don't want nothing to know about them people. Them Kardashians or something. They got some things going on with them. I'm scared of them. I'm very frightened of them. But
don't be scared. Look, don't be scared of the Kardashians.
I don't know what they got going on. I don't want it. I don't want it. Not at all.
I don't even know if I just want to be a part of Kanye world at all, because something ain't right about that young man.
Yeah. Okay, so E-Man says, and Mike says, Mary is 50. That is awesome.
Again, that is a banging 50. You hear me?
Awesome. I hope I look that good when I'm 50.
Oh, she was born January 11th?
So she's not Aquarius, Capricorn.
Capricorn.
It's a
Capricorn.
Yeah. Oh, look. Yeah, because Mary's Mary Hood. She I'm sure she'll bust somebody in the mouth.
I'm pretty sure because she's a Capricorn, she definitely was.
Do you know they said, here's something that I don't know if people know, but they said that Teddy Pendergrass was really a rough going guy. Like they said Teddy would talk to you like, no, he would give it to your ass. They said Teddy was rough, boy.
You know, that would kind of surprise me though.
When you talking about turn the lights off.
Okay. He was aggressive, then he's like, turn them off.
Teddy Pendergrass. He's another one that I play in the mornings too. He did a version of Lionel Richie's Lady. And look that up on YouTube too. That's absolutely phenomenal. I love Lionel Richie, his music, his songwriting. But I think that Teddy did a better job with Lady than Lionel Richie. And Lionel Richie wrote it. But that's not new. That happens all the time. But Teddy can smooth you off and then grab you like, come here.
Oh yeah. Look, that's that edge. That's what we're gonna call his roughness. That's that edge.
You can take me right there, but you better not push me. You better not push me. I'm gonna ask you a question that haven't had time to ask a lot of my guests this lately, but I get to ask you. Give me a top 5 most inspirational people ever, dead or alive. Most inspirational.
Most inspirational.
Mm-hmm.
And they can be outside of poetry as well.
Whatever. They don't even have to be somebody we know.
You know, I'm still going to have my Mary in there, only because she basically, for real, showed us a strength of a woman.
Yeah.
And she also let us know that girls from the hood can push through and make it. Yeah. Michael, because it's Michael Jackson. What can I say? Yeah. I mean, we're going to say the earlier Michael, though. We're going to say the earlier Michaels.
The early Michael.
The early Michael. Who else do I want to say? Recently, because I read something about Shonda Rhimes, I'm going to say Shonda Rhimes.
Yeah.
And y'all just read up on her when y'all get a chance. It's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that we probably wouldn't see because we just worried about the TV part. Mm-hmm. But if y'all read some of her just personal things, that's what's up. And if you need to know the exact article, DM me. I'll send it to you.
Well, I want it.
Uh,
Send it to me.
okay. Okay. I will do. Um, but it was great. It was definitely a great read. So she's now up there. Somebody that I would have never put on my radar, that I've actually put more on my radar. So Shonda Rhimes. I would love to say Oprah, but I can't. I can't. I just can't. Um, she ain't the one. Who else want to say? Rosa Parks.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, I haven't had anyone say Rosa Parks. That's interesting. I haven't anyone say Rosa Parks. You know, a lot of times they come on and they stick with poets, and I guess because that's how we all really started meeting through poetry, and it's fine. But I want to meet. I do want to meet some writers. Like if I had the chance to sit with a James Baldwin, I'd love to sit with James Earl Jones. I'd love to sit with. I'd love to have a serious sit down with Quincy Jones too. I'd like to get into the mind of Quincy. And I would have, like a Ray. Can you imagine sitting listening to a Ray Charles? You know what I'm saying? And the depths of him. And I'm a big Jamie Foxx fan. I tell people that all the time. I'm not a fan of many, but I would say I'm a Jamie Foxx fan.
I've heard you say that.
Yeah, I respect what he's done in his work. Right, first album didn't do anything. Right, and then he comes back full steam ahead with everything. And listening to not just the wording that he chose in his music, but listening to how he played his music. When he did that song "Heaven" for his daughter, my oldest daughter, I used to sing that song to her when we driving in the car. And I remember one day she said, "Dad, how come you never wrote me a song?" Because I told her, Jamie Foxx wrote that for his daughter. And I said, wow, I didn't think about it. And then when I finished her book, I said, well, baby girl, now you could ask Jamie Foxx why he never wrote his daughter a book. And it made me feel good that I did something that, she can always have. But
right.
People who, he's one that, because of his genius within music, I'd love to have a conversation with him. And
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I say, his work is beautiful. It's something about his music will pull you in.
Yeah.
And so it's not just what he's saying, it's just how he does it.
Mm-hmm.
So I can respect that. Yeah, see, yeah. Kendra, no. That's what I'm talking about, Kendra.
I also think that when now Jamie's done a lot of stuff, but I think Ray Charles would be that is the character that's going to sit in the mind of folks forever. He played Ray to the T. When you go back and you watch old videos of Ray Charles and interviews and performances, I don't think anybody could have done that better than he did.
Heck no. Heck no. That was a performance. That was from beginning to end. I was like, man, who could have done this? Yeah. Nobody. I don't think nobody could. If somebody would remake this, I probably wouldn't even want to watch it because I'm like, you gonna mess it all the way up. Just no.
Kendra, I'm not going to respond to Jamie Foxx. Sometimes I'm not even. You ain't nothing's. You listen. You better watch some J Fox. I'm gonna start sending you videos to watch. Okay.
He will do it, Kendra. He will do it to you.
So you have anything coming up? Anything special that you want to share? Tell people about before, because we got about 10 minutes. Listen to me.
What I got coming up? Do I have anything really coming up? I don't think so. We just right now we just working on building impromptu even more. And one of the things that I forgot to answer is, y'all, I'm from Louisiana, but stay in Dallas, Texas. I'm here and chilling. One of the things I want people to know about impromptu itself is that besides posting prompts that we provide, at any point, if you guys want an idea yourself just say, for instance, you're stuck on something that you're writing on, and you want to see what other people think about it, send it. We can create it as a prompt for you, for people to, so you can have your, besides you're stuck, get you out of that stuckness and have that for somebody else, so you can read what other people are saying. So that's one thing that people don't realize that we would do, is utilize an idea they have to put out there, just in case they're stuck, or if they want to see, or even if it's something that you just want to see where something would go with different people, send it. We don't mind. Look, we don't mind. We don't mind at all. But yes, but also if anybody's having a workshop, please send that to the inbox of Impromptu, so we can put that out there on our highlight section, because like I said, I'm all about artist development. I want to see the community grow. I want to see us individually grow, and get everything that you need for those who want to just grow creatively.
Yeah, that's awesome to include everybody in it. That is so dope. Thank you for putting that in there, Marissa. I love the collaborations that's happening now. The way poets are actually collaborating and trying to do something to better this craft that we love. I say poetry is a gift. I say poetry is life. I know it is life-giving. I know that because I've given life to so many. And I'm learning to go ahead and accept these flowers that people are giving. I tell people all the time, the first time I wrote all of my things down for my resume, I actually cried because I didn't know I did that much work. And what I want people to understand is I will send people my resume just because I'm proud of what it looks like. But I'm so astonished by how it reads. And you should work for your resume to be that. And let the work speak for itself. Do the work, because there's so much that you can do with what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, writing actually does save people's lives. And I want to be able to, AJ and I are talking about some things. We're working on some projects and some ideas that we have to help us move forward with some things. And I'm really, really encouraging other people to do the same thing. Take your writing to the next level. If you need suggestions, if you need help, there are tons of people who are willing to help you with your ideas and won't try to steal them, right? We can't be you. So just reach out, and we're here for it. Kendra, I'm with you, Kendra. I'm with you.
Yeah. Thank you, Kendra. I appreciate it. Some people don't realize, sometimes I'll create flyers on the back end. And for those that don't know, the winner of Impromptu always get free promotion on Impromptu. Some of those are things that the artists had put together themselves, and some not. Like, I would go in and tweak this all up a little bit, and a lot of the stuff that you see as far as the promotions and the flyers and stuff that I created, and didn't realize that I was gonna be okay at it, because it was like, oh, this look good.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, hey, I tried.
Yeah.
So the thing I want to do is put you in the best of lights.
Gotcha.
So if Impromptu promoting you, we're gonna try to put you in the best of lights. Try to make sure that your work is seen where it wouldn't have been seen before, and get the word out there. Say, hey, this is this artist. You might need to check them out. They have this merch. You might want to, invest in some merchandise, or there's some books that you can purchase and add to your collection. Because as poets, a lot of times, a lot of us collect books from other artists and support the other artists in that manner. But sometimes some of us know and some people don't know what's out there from other artists. So just to get that information out there and have it there provided, that's what we like to do.
Yeah. So listen, all of y'all who need flyers, get y'all change together, holla at Open Book, send us some money so she can do y'all flyers and get y'all work done, get y'all promo done. I don't care if she's doing it for free. Y'all need to find some money to give her some bread and let her do it, hook it up, because you are doing an amazing job. And like I said, as soon as I can put you on salary, I'm putting you on staff, exclusive, So that way, y'all can't listen. Y'all gonna have to pay big money to get y'all stuff in because I'm going to put her. She's up here already. I'm going to put her up here. So y'all better get y'all bank up now because we getting ready to set it straight.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell y'all he's not lying because there's so many people who's trying to get me to that.
Yeah.
Look, because they like your promotion game is on 100,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody's ready
Yes.
to invest. I can just tell you, just from recent flyers that's been done, I did the flyer for today for this conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The ones that you've been seeing recently on Jah's page, I've updated some of those to include like some of his merch.
Yep.
The one for the event on the 27th, the Kings and the Queens.
Mm-hmm.
I did that. So for the round table. So yeah, like I said, I'm beginning to get my niche in actually doing flyers besides just the promoting. Yeah. So look, hit us up. Look, like Jah said, put some coinage up in there, sprinkle it.
What I like us to do, all of us who are poets, artists of any fashion, we should at least help donate something to her Cash App or something often. If you have an event, if you have something, she's promoting it, right? I'm going to talk to my squad and things that we're doing and see what we can do because we definitely appreciate. I mean, you be on it. She was like, Jah, are you doing it this week or no? So I know to take this fly out of rotation, and she be on this stuff. So I definitely want to find a way to make that work. There is going to be Mike said in that Cash App. Matter of fact, what is your Cash App?
It's basically the same that's on this screen. $4 open book.
Yeah, and I think that what you're doing is it's helping so many people. It's been great for so many people, and I think that people will get to see it when they actually step back and take their time to look at it. I know that there's some amazing stuff in the future for you. I can't wait for you to get it, and if I can be a part of helping you get it, I'm here for it.
You know what? I can't wait. For some reason today, not today, but then this year, I haven't just said to myself, one of my old coworkers said the same thing. She said, for some reason, it's been on me to say, this is your year. And I've been feeling the same way. And I was like, I don't know what it is, but we're going to ride that wave. We're going to ride it. And I've been okay. I can't complain whatsoever.
But we're going to work towards that, getting you some bread and getting that platform. You should be getting something. There's too many people with too many flyers. There should be a way to monetize the work you're doing. And anytime you're promoting that, this is what you do as far as doing the graphics and flyers and all that. Every time you put that up, let me know so I can repost it on my page because I'd like to see people support and do your thing.
Thank you. Let's say I appreciate you having me on here. I laughed because when you said, I want to interview you, I say, oh Lord, an interview. If anybody don't know, no matter how much I check in on y'all and do random posts, I hate interviews. It's like a death fear. So this is like my second interview, but I'm literally went for the people who I was like, okay, I'm gonna be good. And Jah, you can be intimidating as hell.
Me?
Yeah, don't do that me crap. You act like nobody don't know you. Talking about me like he innocent. He not innocent, y'all. Don't let him fool y'all. But I was like, you know what? But I think I can get through this. Not only because you will make me have this be a safe space for me, but I will be comfortable with talking to you, and you will pull something out of me that I probably would never talk about or share. So I was good. I said, you know what? Look, him and AJ, that's all I got to do because AJ, I know AJ from here. So before IG. So I'm like, I can do that. I can do that. We gonna suck it up, put them big girl draws on, and just go ahead and do this interview.
That's what's up. Well, listen, we got about 20 seconds left. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm here with Open Book. It's been a dope morning. I'm so happy for everything you're doing. I appreciate everything you're doing. Keep doing the good work. You have all my support 100%. Everybody that's on, thank y'all so much for supporting. As I tell you every day, I challenge you to be better today than you were yesterday. You have everything you need to have a great and amazing day. You don't need anybody's permission to be great and amazing. Go out and be amazing. I challenge you to be that amazing person that nobody else can duplicate today, because today is your day. Peace and love.